Welcome back to another episode of the A&T podcast. I'm Aiden,
I'm Tavius.
and we love talking sports. I wish we could do some sort of football, Pat McAfee, but there's only two of us, so we'll let it rock. We'll let it slide.
Yeah, it's okay.
All right, good weekend coming up this week. Got some good matchups, both college and NFL. Got some underdogs that we'll have to pick. Let's go ahead and get it started with the NFL.
Interesting game tonight. We got these stinking cowgirls and these G-men starting off. I don't know what it is, but Thursday night football games, ever since Amazon got into the picture, have been stinkers. Um, and I don't think this one's going to be much different. I think the cowgirls dominate the G-men. I think the Giants had a couple good showings the last couple of weeks, but if Dallas wants to be serious contenders, they can't just let the Giants beat up all on them. So just with how Thursday nights go, and I know it's going to be a blowout, I can see the Cowboys blowing out the Giants, other than the Giants blowing out the Cowboys. So got to rock with Dallas on this one.
You got Dallas coming off the jump.
Yep. Who you got?
I also have the Cowboys. The Giants got a win last week. Neighbors does look good, but Cowboys also had a loss last week. They're going to look to come back, bounce back, get a win over in New York. I think the Cowboys are they're put together more, so I'm gonna roll with the Cowboys.
Okay. Look at us starting off picking the same teams.
Yeah, I don't think that one was very hard though.
I don't know. Some people are buying stock in these Giants. You'd be surprised.
Isn't that their first win was last week, wasn't it?
Yeah. Malik Neighbors is getting 2,000 targets a game.
Well, I mean that makes sense because he is good, but I saw a clip of Myles Garrett coming up to him and telling him he's doing good or keep rocking or something like that. That was pretty cool to see. I just imagine you're a rookie and Myles Garrett just walks right up to you, who's like twice your size, and is just like,
Oh, man.
yeah, I'm pleased with how you're playing. But all right, moving on to your New Orleans Saints versus the Atlanta Falcons.
Go ahead and give us a drum roll, Aiden. Give us a drum roll. I'm actually going to make a surprising pick. Psych. You know who I'm rocking with. Who that, baby? Can't pick these stinking dirty birds. Never. It's Atlanta week. It's hate week. Not many times do I wish ill will upon teams in the NFL. But I always hope the Falcons go 0-17. That never happens, but one could dream and hope. But no, in all seriousness, this will be a tight game, tough game. Teams in a similar boat right now. I mean, we're 2-1, they're 1-2, but coming off tough losses in games that should have won in different fashions. Both having injury concerns. But I think at the end of the day, New Orleans is a slightly better team, and we're going to win by a field goal. I think the Falcons are going to miss a game-time field goal because that's who they are. They like to choke. But
I don't know, their kicker's pretty good.
Younghoe Koo, yeah, when the whole stadium's going Koo, it's going to change to boo after he misses that field goal. Yeah, we escape Atlanta with a dub, a much-needed dub to go 2-0 in the division. 3-1 record going into playing the defending champs. One could say this is a must-win for both teams. So I like the Saints pulling this one out.
Yeah. Um. I really want to go New Orleans, but I kind of want to mix it up. I do. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Falcons.
Okay. That hurts my heart. You and Water should be buddies.
No, I, I wouldn't be shocked if Saints rolled in there and they're back to what they kind of showed before. Coming off of a loss against Philly, I think they are going to be clean whenever they play Atlanta. Um, Atlanta went and almost beat the Chiefs, but the Chiefs haven't been playing very good ball. So, I don't know. Like I said, I wouldn't be shocked if the Saints roll in there and handle business, but I'm going to pick the Falcons to win in a close game.
Wow. Traitor. That's what he is. Traitor to his core.
What? I was never a Saints fan.
That's all right. Yeah. I didn't know you were a Falcons fan either.
I'm not. I'm just picking teams. I'm not a Cowboys fan, and I picked them.
It's either us
I think
or
I've.
them.
I think this is the. I think this is the third week in a row that I picked the Cowboys. So.
Well, look how that's turned out for you.
Yeah. Well, I've only lost one game, so. Moving on. L.A. Rams versus the Bears. What?
What are you talking about? They've only
Huh?
won one game.
Oh. I definitely thought they won two.
They lost to
bad.
us and the Ravens.
That's right. The Ravens last week.
Hey, what's your record against? You're 2-1 picking the Saints.
Yeah, you're right.
Nah, you're 1-2. I'm 2-1. Because you picked us to beat the Panthers.
Yeah.
You picked the Cowboys to beat us, and then you picked the
You're
Saints
right.
to beat the Eagles. Yeah, so you're 1-2, buddy. You're gonna go to 1-3 this weekend. Let's just call it how it is. It's okay. I'll stop being salty. Rams and Bears. I am surprised Bears are favored in this game, for being honest. I'm gonna go Rams here. If I was a betting man, I'd have a crazy 4-game parlay. I would share at the end for the viewers to place their money on. But yeah, I'm going Rams here. I think they come to Chicago despite the injuries.
Yep.
Offense, and yeah.
Yeah. I think the Rams walk into Chicago and beat the Bears. I think the Bears play a little better just because they're at home, but I don't see them coming out with a dub. I see the Rams walking in there, and they kind of got, even though they have injuries on their end, I think they'll still be fine. Matthew Stafford's still their quarterback. He's been playing football for quite some time, so they're in good hands. So I got the Rams. Minnesota and Green Bay.
I think game of the day. Buffalo and Baltimore is going to be pretty good too, but I'm going to pick this one as game of the day. Minnesota's playing probably the best football in the league besides the Bills right now, and Green Bay surprisingly haven't done that bad with Malik Willis as starting quarterback. I don't know who's going to play, but I think it should be Malik. Give Jordan Love another week to recover because I think the Vikings got this one. I think they come into Lambeau Field, keep the momentum, defense travels. So I'm a stick with the Vikings. But it's gonna be a good close game though. It's gonna be a hard fought game, but yeah, give me the Vikings in this one.
All right. Yeah, I'm going Vikings as well. Green Bay, depending on who they start, I mean, I think they're starting to get into a rhythm with Willis. But Minnesota's been on fire right now, and they're a good team right now. Like you said, they're playing their best ball, same as Buffalo. But I'm rolling with the Vikings as well. Pittsburgh, Indy.
This is pretty straightforward. Indianapolis isn't that good of a team. Pittsburgh rolls in there and does what they did the first 3 weeks. Play good defense and don't turn the ball over, and they win this game.
I'm going Pitt as well. Pittsburgh. They're rolling. Indy's still trying to, I think, find themselves. AR has not been playing consistently at a high level. I think that's, again, we mentioned it on Tuesday. It's just growing pains. Everything that we thought we were going to see last year from him being a rookie, we're seeing this year because he didn't get to play that much because of injury. I think this is still going to be. I think it'll be a close game, but I think Pittsburgh is going to come out on top, and hopefully Indy can start finding their groove and their chemistry, because I do think they have the potential to be a good football team. Just right now, it's not there. So, but I have Pitt. Denver Jets.
Last week I underestimated the Jets, and I'm not going to do that again this week. For the first home team to win in week 4, I'm picking the Jets. And if you've been following with my picks, I picked all road teams so far. The streak ends with the Jets, Jets. Yeah, I think based off their performance last week, I think they keep it going. Denver had a great win on the road last week. I don't see them replicating that again. I think, I even think Jets cover with their 7.5 point spread. I think they cover. I think they win by 10 against Denver.
I'm gonna go Jets too. Denver got a good win last week, but Jets. I mentioned it last week that the Jets are starting to find themselves and starting to have that chemistry. I think it's just going to continue to grow. So I'm taking Jets as well.
Yeah.
Philly, Tampa Bay.
I always hate picking NFC South teams, but Tampa Bay let me down last week. But you know what? This week, I think they pull out the upset. Give me the Bucks. Philly's on offense with Smith and Brown being out. Hope Dallas Goedert gets all the targets and catches that help my fantasy team. I think they're too banged up on offense. Tampa Bay's banged up too, and it's just with that, I think Tampa Bay's will be able to handle their injuries a lot better, just from impact. And I think Tampa Bay responds to the showing from last week. They come out on top this week.
I'm gonna go Philly. They're both, like you mentioned, both teams have injuries, but I think Saquon and Jalen kind of figure out some of the run game stuff, and Jalen plays pretty good even without his 2 best receivers. I think they walk in there. I think it's going to be a defense-heavy game, and I think Philly is going to pull it out.
All right. Look at us. Finally, you decide to go against me.
Should have had the laughter there.
You should have. You're slipping right there, buddy.
Cincy, Carolina.
It's really, one might say, impossible to see the Bengals starting out 0-4. Especially to a Panthers team that 2 weeks ago we thought were a JV team. But after Carolina's performance against the Raiders, it's very tempting to pick them. Cincinnati couldn't stop a cold on Monday night against the Commanders. Washington didn't even punt. Do I think Carolina's offense can replicate what Washington did? No. But can the Bengals figure out something on defense? I don't see this game being a shootout. I'm going to go upset here. I'm picking another NFC South team. Give me the Panthers over the Bengals. Even though I love Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins. You know, I really wish they won that Super Bowl a couple years ago. But I think Cincinnati needs to learn a lesson that their slow starts, they can't overcome all their slow starts. They need to play more in the preseason. Yeah, give me the Panthers to shock the world and go back to 500 and have a better record than the Falcons going into Week 5. Give it to me.
I'm going Cincy. Even though their defense did not show up last game, I think that I'm hoping that they had a good week of practice and could really look into what they did wrong against the Washington Commanders, and I think Andy Dalton had a pretty good game last game, but I think Cincy kind of steps it up on defense, and then their offense gets rolling as well. They had a rocky start at the beginning. I could see the Panthers beating them, but I'm gonna rock with the Bengals and hopefully them figuring out what to do on defense or how to fix their defense and get their offense rocking. So going Cincy. Jacksonville, Houston.
I don't know if you saw, I forget if it was their GM or their owner that came out and said, this is the best team Jacksonville's ever had.
Aren't they 0-3?
Like now, I know they're not playing like it, but they said, like, talent-wise, best team ever in Jacksonville's history. Trevor Lawrence is playing pretty bad. I think Houston, after getting embarrassed, both these teams are coming off embarrassing losses. But one of these teams is expected to be a lot better. So I'm going to rock with that team. I'm going to go with Houston at home. They right the ship with the win. I don't know if their offense is going to start clicking, but I think they respond in a better way and score more than 7 or 10 points than they did last week. So
yeah,
give me the Texans in this one.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Houston too. Jacksonville, even though that they may have the best talent that they've ever had, I just something's not right with that team. Something's just not clicking. I don't know if it's chemistry. I don't know if what it is, but I think Houston is also having like chemistry problems, but at the same time, like they're gaining it each game. So I think that they defend the house and they get the win. Washington, Arizona.
Tickets as low as $16.
How much are flights?
Well, I know, but if I was in Arizona, if I lived in Glendale or Phoenix, I'm going to this game.
Yeah.
Fireworks is what's going to happen at this game. Two offenses that can light it up, with two defenses that there's some question marks. Give me the Commanders. I love seeing my young bull playing. They're playing great football. Dang. They played 2 weeks of great football. They haven't punted in 2 weeks, Aiden. They didn't punt against the Giants.
Wish I was their long snapper or punter.
Man, you'd be making bank.
Getting paid not to do anything?
I think they slightly come back down to earth. I think they do punt this week. But I think they win a close one in Arizona. That team, Dan Quinn's got that team feeling real good about themselves. And if they can end this road trip with the dub with the Cardinals. Might need to watch out for the Commanders in the NFC East.
I'm going. I'm going Arizona. Give me,
Wow.
give me the Cardinals. Yeah, I mean, Washington is kind of flying high right now, but Arizona at home, I think they play a little different. It feels like every other game, Marvin Harrison Jr. kind of goes off. I think they they try to stop him, but he's going to put up some numbers. And Washington couldn't really stop anybody last week, so I don't see them stopping Marvin Harrison Jr. So I'm gonna go Zona.
I respect that pick. I was close to picking Zona too, but
All right, New England and San Francisco.
49ers. Easy.
Yep, that's what I.
And
That's
they
what I'm
need to
picking
win
as well.
bad. They need to win bad after losing last week.
Yeah, I think this game might be a little closer than what I was expecting to start, but yeah, I got San Fran coming in, going and winning that one.
When you say closer, do you think Philly covers or what do you think? Not Philly, Patriots.
I knew what you meant.
Line's at 10, so
Yeah, yeah, I think so. I think it'll be inside 10.
wow. Bold prediction. You responsible gamblers out there, don't listen to him. Patriots are not covering. They're losing by 17 or 13. I'm calling it now.
All right, Cleveland and Las Vegas.
Dumpster fire. I don't know why they're playing at this time. They should switch this game with Saints, Falcons, Eagles, Tampa Bay, Green Bay, Minnesota. Actually, that should be game of the week right there. Yeah, I don't know what they're doing. It's gonna be a stinker fest. It's gonna be 3-0. I'm gonna go Raiders.
Yep, I'm going Las Vegas as well.
Yeah, I want to see Jameis Winston come in and start for the round. So they need to lose a couple more games for that to happen.
Yep. Vegas is coming off of a very disappointing loss to the Panthers, giving the Panthers their first win of the season. Cleveland has been not playing good, so I think the Raiders hold it down at home and get the win. Kansas City and the LA Chargers.
You know, if the Chiefs don't win this game, it'll be disappointing. I think Chargers fight hard in this one, but Chiefs start off the year 4-0.
Yeah, I thought about it. I was going to pick the Chargers. I do like the Chargers at home against the Kansas City Chiefs, especially the way that they've been playing. But I'm going to have to go Chiefs. I think Patrick Mahomes figures it out. I think Travis Kelce gets we get to see more of a Travis Kelce that we are used to seeing instead of what we've seen this year so far. So I'm going KC. Now, Buffalo and Baltimore. This is what I think is the game of the day. Give me the Buffs.
Wow. Wow. This is preposterous.
No,
So,
I like.
I was about to say, you're just going to say bust? You're not going to explain?
No, yeah, I got. They're playing good ball. Offensively, defensively, I think they're playing really good. Josh Allen's really playing well. I think Baltimore is a little shaky right now. I've said this multiple weeks now, but I think that they played really well against the Chiefs. but it's still just it's not like I would have never thought that they would have lost against the Raiders, right? And then last game I could see how because of like the Cowboys are supposed to be like a pretty good team, but they're not. Baltimore is not reaching my expectations for them where Buffalo is, so I'm going Buffalo.
Buffalo's playing some great football right now. I'd say, and it's up there with Minnesota for sure. But give me the Ravens. I think the Ravens, as long as they run a little bit more I formation with Derrick Henry, they'll have generally more success on this offense. Set up some play action and some better things offensively for them. I don't see them going 1-3. I think last week they finally got the win they needed to get the monkey off their back. Now we're gonna see the Ravens start getting rolling. So just give me the Ravens. Sunday Night Football should be a good game to watch.
Should be.
Tune in.
Tennessee, Miami. We got another doubleheader on Monday. Tennessee, Miami. I'm gonna go Tennessee. I hope that we do get another picture for Will Levis, so that way we can go week by week and have just one picture, something of Will Levis coming out. But I do think that they figure it out and they do get a win over Miami.
You know, tickets are as low as $21. They should be $1. This game should not be interesting, not one bit. Unless Will Levis makes it interesting, which is possible.
See, I would rather have the Saints and Falcons game on Monday than this.
I mean, you might as well have the Raiders and Cleveland playing at this spot.
Right.
So, Miami doesn't know who they're going to start at quarterback. Titans know who they're going to start at quarterback. It's just a matter of how many turnovers he's going to have. Both games are important. If Miami could figure out how to win this game, to stay somewhat close in the AFC, great for them. The Titans, if they want to have any chance this season, they got to start winning now. Give me the Dolphins. Even though I'd love to see the Dolphins keep losing, I have Tyreek Hill. I need some more points. Whoever starts a quarterback, get him the football, please.
All right.
Yeah.
Last one for Monday night is the Seattle Seahawks versus the Detroit Lions. I'm going Seahawks. I think they've been playing some pretty good ball for them. Their defense is solid. Their offense is rolling. Detroit, I feel like, has been kind of sketchy from week to week. But I am very excited to see how the black uniforms look with the Lions going up against the all-white uniforms for the Seahawks. Do I wish the Seahawks would bring back the lime green ones for this game? Absolutely. Excuse me, but I'm all right with the all black and then all whites.
Not gonna lie, I'm very surprised you didn't pick the Lions, because if there's something y'all need to know about Aiden, he loves the good uniform combo. The Lions looks tough, and this game's a toss-up, and I'm gonna just give the Lions the edge because they have the better uniforms this game. I think it's gonna be a close game. Seahawks they're undefeated, if I believe correctly.
Mm-hmm.
Lions need this win bad. Yeah, Seahawks are 3-0. Lions need to defend home turf. They can't start the year 2-2, especially with Cowboys, Vikings, and Packers all coming up in 3 of the next 4 weeks. Lions need this win, so I'm gonna go Lions just out of their desperate need and black uniforms.
All right, those are our NFL picks. Go ahead and let us know what your thoughts are, who you would go with, who you think's going to get who's going to get more right this week. But now we will go into our college picks.
Hey, we're slowly but surely upgrading on this side, folks. Stay tuned. I don't know about you, Mr. Aiden. I'm excited about these picks I got.
Are you just talking regular picks, or are you talking underdogs?
Underdogs. I'm feeling really good this week.
All right, I started last week. You got this week.
But I started the first 3 weeks. So
Oh, so you're wanting me to go again?
Yeah. I mean, you did your best going first. So.
All right, well, let's see here. My first underdog of the week. Give me. Where's it at? Where's it at? It's a late game, too. Give me the Fighting Illini.
Ha ha ha!
Going to the Nittany Lion Stadium and pulling out a dub in prime time.
I knew it. I knew it.
You were gonna, you were gonna pick that one?
Oh no. I knew you were gonna pick that one. That's your first mistake on the week.
Well, if it's a mistake, that might be my #2 pick for how outlandish that is.
That'd be insane. That might be the best ×2 pick of the year if you did that.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Penn State really hasn't played anybody like that crazy good. I thought West Virginia was going to be a lot better than what they were. Bowling Green gave them a run for their money.
Maxim.
And I'm gonna go off of what I did last week, and Illinois' defense is really good. So I think they handle it, and I think this is going to be a nail-biter game. I think Illinois, obviously I'm going to pick them to win, but if they don't win, I do think that they cover. But, yeah. The other one that I was going to pick was going to be Baylor, but they are favored in that game, so not going to pick them. But I am going to pick Oklahoma State to walk into K-State and beat them.
Wow. I'm surprised you're not picking BYU over Baylor.
I don't know. That game it scares me. Baylor coming off of a tough loss against Colorado. BYU coming off of a great win against K-State. It's too. I think I want to pick BYU, but at the same time, Baylor's at home. I think they're mad that they lost the way that they did to Colorado, and I think BYU's kind of flying high right now with the win that they had. So, picking OK State. My third underdog pick is going to be Maryland over the Indiana Hoosiers.
Wow. Guys, Aiden's making some tough picks here. If y'all haven't heard, he's been meat riding the Hoosiers all year.
All right, pause.
The first chance he gets, he's about to ride these Terps. That's crazy. I didn't expect he had it on. Go ahead, tell him why you're expecting your Hoosiers to lose this weekend.
Yeah, I think the Hoosiers are going to lose because I think again they're kind of riding the high. They've been putting up points like crazy against teams. They've already made it past the expectations that I've given them. and they weren't high. I do think they are a good football team, but I think Maryland is going to walk in there. I think it's going to be a close game, but I think Maryland squeaks by. But yeah, that's number 3 for me. Number 4, I'm stuck between a couple games because I got some that are upsets. But give me Arkansas beating A&M.
Here we go. This other team, ladies and gentlemen, he's been meat riding. Let's see if it pays off again.
I said that they were going to beat Auburn. They did. I said that they were going to show up against Oklahoma State. They did. Lost in OT, but you were expecting a blowout. I think this Arkansas team is good. I think that they're young and they don't have experience, which the longer as they continue to go through their season, I think they're going to gain more experience. There's going to be some hiccups this season, but next year, if they can keep as many people as they can instead of losing them to the transfer portal, I think they could be a good team next year. A&M, I mean, Bowling Green they lost to A&M by 6. I think Arkansas is a better team than Bowling Green. So I think that they're going to upset A&M. A&M hasn't really showed that home field advantage helps them yet. I mean, like I said, Bowling Green walked in there. I think the score was 20-26. So wouldn't be shocked if Arkansas comes out with a win.
I think we need to put some respect on Bowling Green's name. They lost by 7 to Penn State, 6 to A&M. Gotta give the respect to them action. They play some good football.
Yeah. Now, my 5th and final underdog was between 2 other games.
Okay.
The first one, which I am not going to pick, I'm not even going to tell you that. I'm just going to go ahead and tell you my 5th and final pick. Give me NIU to walk in to North Carolina State and beat North Carolina State.
Any particular reason after they just lost to Buffalo?
Yep, I think they went back and played Buffalo. They thought that they were all that and a bag of chips, and they weren't even the chips. But they come back. They're going to play another Power 4, Power 5 school. I say that because of I don't know if we still count Pac-12 or not. But they played good against Notre Dame. I think Notre Dame has a better defense than what NC State has. NC State's been struggling this year. They're not the same NC State that we're used to seeing that can squeak by and get some wins. They're also coming off of that Clemson game. They might be a little... But they played Clemson, right? Or was it Tennessee? Clemson was last week, right? Yeah. Coming off that Clemson game, coming off that Tennessee game, both of those games were tough for them. So give me the Huskies. And... Jeez. Between if I want Illinois to be my ×2, I'll go NIU being my ×2.
All right, go ahead and recap then for the folks so there's no confusion on this side.
I got Illinois as my first pick. I got Oklahoma State, Maryland, Arkansas, and NIU. NIU will be my ×2 pick.
You got Illinois, Maryland, Arkansas,
Yep.
NIU. Who was the last one?
Oklahoma State.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think Aiden goes 1-5. I'm really surprised you didn't pick BYU Baylor.
That game scares me. I don't have I, I don't have a feeling on like which team's going to show up. I think Baylor is a better team than what we saw last weekend. And I think BYU showed what they could be. I don't think BYU can stay that team consistently. I mean, they put a smacking on K-State. So right now they are on cloud 9, where you have Baylor who has nothing to lose right now. A team that has nothing to lose is very dangerous.
This is true. You know what? I think you're gonna go 3-3. I think you're gonna win that NIU pick. I was very tempted with that one.
All right, those were my 5. What's yours?
You know, I'm really torn now because I really thought you were gonna pick BYU over Baylor. But since you didn't, my other one that I have starred, which, which, if you can see this paper, guys, all 5 of my stars are still here. But because you didn't pick BYU Baylor, I might pick BYU. I'm gonna think on that one with the other one I have starred on here. Let's start off. Audience chat, come close, come close. Lean in for this one. Start the year, this team I'm about to pick had a rough start to the year. And then I went to go on and pick against this team 2 weeks in a row. Just as a funny meme, because they lost the first week. And I was right twice. They started the year 0-3. And then Aiden was like, "I'll jump on the bandwagon. I'll let them go first. I'll pick them go 0-4." Then they got their first win, and I think they figured something out. And something's telling me to make things right with the Seminole fans, I gotta pick them. Give me the Florida State Seminoles going on the road to SMU, pulling out the upset. No one would have thought this at the beginning of the year, but yeah, give me Florida State. Yeah, I think we have to make it up to Seminole fans. I think, yeah, in all honesty, they finally got the monkeys off their back. They got the win. It was a close game. I think they're going to ride this high. I think the line being 6 for SMU is a little steep. They played really well against CCU, but Florida State at least has a good defense going for them. This will be a close game. I think Florida State wins by 3. And this one, you could call it's not an underdog pick, Tavius. But since we're using the Vegas odds as our line for underdogs, it's appropriate. Give me Bama. I think Bama beats Georgia. I think Georgia has a lot to prove with how they played the last time they played against Kentucky. Give Kirby Smart 2 weeks to prepare for this team. But I don't know, man. I think Alabama's more explosive offensively, and that sets them over the edge against Georgia. I think Georgia very limited on offense. I think they lost too much talent in the receiver and tight end realm. Alabama's playing some great football. I know they've had their moments, but with their line being healthy now, their defense being the defense that it always is, give me the Crimson Tide, even though that hurts my heart to pick them. I like this pick. Only team that has had consistent success against Georgia since their run. I think that does not stop here. This is another game that is very interesting. Why Vegas would do this. This team does not play well at home, so I don't know why they're favored. Give me the Louisville Cardinals going into South Bend and beating Notre Dame. Notre Dame has a crisis going on right now. I'm not talking about their O line that has significant injuries. I'm not talking about how poorly they play at home and losing to NIU at home. I'm talking about their quarterback who can't throw the football. They should just put him at running back at this point. They basically have two running backs back there. Yeah, I think similar to Alabama, Louisville's too explosive on offense. And I know Notre Dame has a fantastic defense. It's going to be a close game, but give me the Cardinals to edge them out. Notre Dame's probably going to play with their hair on fire just because they need this win. They want any chance at the playoff, but I think if I would have seen better offensive play, then yeah, I'd pick Notre Dame here, but I haven't. And just give me Louisville.
That was my game that I was in between.
Yeah, one of us has the guts to pull the trigger.
I took NIU.
It's going to be the difference between winning and losing, okay, this week. I'm going to go 6-0. Because give me this team's record is misleading. I'm about to pick. You just look at their record. Let me find them. Oh, here they go. Just look at their record. They're 2-2 in a Group of 5 conference. Their 2 wins are against Bethune and Southern Miss. I know most of y'all are confused at what I'm talking about because you don't follow this team. Not many do, but they played 2 top 10 teams. And the score might not say these were close games, but these were close games going into the second half, okay? I'm pretty sure their last game was. Not really, but yeah, it was. It was 22-15. A 1-possession game going into the second half. One of them, it was really close going into the fourth quarter. One could say they were winning by 2 points going into the fourth. I know y'all are confused. Like, who the heck are you talking about, Tavius? Give me the South Florida Bulls going into Tulane and getting the upset. Reason why they played really tough teams tight shows me they're a good football team. And Tulane choked at home against a good football team in Kansas State. And the teams that USF played were better than Kansas State. And sure, they ended up getting blown out. But they kept it close. Right? This shows me a team that has the belief they can play with these teams. I know Tulane's one of the favorites, Group of 5 teams to make the playoff, but nah. The Green Wave gets stopped by these Bulls. And now my ×2 pick. I said I was between these two with BYU, Baylor, and this other team. But I'm going to go with my original gut feeling. I still think BYU's going to win, but I'm not going to pick them. I'm going to pick this team. You might think, wow, Tavius, you must be an idiot to pick this team. And to that I might say, I might be. But they're coming off an emotional win last week. Rivalry games do that to you. I think this team is flying high in their belief. And you might be like, Tavius, didn't you pick this team to upset a top 25 team and they almost did that? I did. It's a new week, new Tavius. And I'm going to pick this team to lose this week. I want to say their first time being ranked this year. And yeah, they're going to go out with an L. And I'm going to make it my ×2 pick just because y'all know I'm doubling down. This might be the mistake. But give me Washington State beating Boise State. Washington State's 4-0. They're first in the Pac-12. Granted, there's only 2 teams. And yeah, I lied. They beat Washington a couple weeks ago. They just won a nail biter against San Jose State. Sure, I think Boise State has the best running back in the nation. They played really well so far. But Washington State's playing good football, man. Boise State is too. This might be a firework game at 9 o'clock. We're all going to be in bed. I'm going to wake up, and the Cougars going to be victorious. But yeah, that's my ×2 pick. Just to run through again, I got Washington State beating Boise State ×2 pick. Taking the South Florida Bulls, beating Tulane Green Wave. I got the Cardinals going into South Bend and beating the Fighting Irish. I got Bama beating Georgia in Game of the Week. And I have the mean Florida State Seminoles starting to right the ship and beat the SMU Mustangs. You got to be impressed, Aiden. That's some pretty damn good picks.
Those were some picks. I don't know if I see Florida State beating SMU. I don't know if that's just me talking or if that's just me wanting them to start 1-4. But the rest I could see. I definitely could see. Bama's playing Georgia at home, primetime game. Bama's got a little different pep in their step this year. They struggled a little bit with USF, but their offense is very explosive. Georgia coming off of that loss but almost a loss to Kentucky. But you see, the more that I think about this game, both teams had a bye week last week, so they had 2 weeks to prepare for this game. That's why I think it's going to be a really good game. Louisville, Notre Dame, that one I'm going back and forth with. As you mentioned, Notre Dame cannot play good at home. At least they haven't yet. So I definitely saw that. That was the one that I was in between. USF. That's a good pick. That is a sneaky good pick.
Thank you. You know, I just have an eye for these lesser talented teams that we don't really talk about.
Realistically, I think you might go 3-3 again. I think that Washington State pick I like. That USF, I'm on the fence. I see Louisville beating them. I think you go 3-3.
I like that 3-3. I think realistically 4-2 I could see.
I could see that. There's a lot of these games I'm wishy-washy about. I think I took more of the risk with my picks than you did, but I think for everybody listening and tuning in, I think I'm being a little more risky, and Tavius is kind of taking he's got his little cushion underneath him just to, try to take the lead. Even though I think we are tied, for underdogs. I'll have to go back and look.
I just want to put it out there. That's sure. Aiden's making some dumb picks. Picking a 19.5 point favorite to lose at home. It's kind of ridiculous.
People said that about NIU beating Notre Dame.
But
it happened.
Let's look at the picks you have made. You know what? Let's do this. Let's compare picks, see who's taking more risk. I say Bama Georgia's coin flip game, and so is K-State, OK State. 2 coin flip. Those are washes.
Yeah.
Same amount of risk there.
Yep.
Who else you pick? The Illinois Penn State. That's a crazy pick. I'll give that to you. And you made that your ×2 pick or no?
No, I made NIU my ×2 pick.
Okay. That's a crazy pick. I'll give you that one. I don't have a game like that. NIU, NC State, that's not a crazy pick. NIU would have been favored in this game if they did not lose by 3 to Buffalo last week.
I don't know.
Don't play with me. NC State has not looked good at all this year. Let's put that out there. Also, interestingly enough, I almost picked Buffalo beating UConn, but I didn't. Maryland, Indiana, 7 point. Indiana's a 7 point favorite. I just think you're being dumb with this pick. Um, I just want to put out there, most of my games are around 5 to 8 points. So that's basically my pick. And who else you pick?
Arkansas A&M.
That's similar to my pick of Louisville, Notre Dame.
Ooh, I don't know.
What do you mean?
I
I
would
don't
have
know.
I would have given you Washington State and Boise State, but I don't know about Louisville and Notre Dame.
How? Louisville, Notre Dame's a 7 point favorite. Where's A&M at? A&M's a 5.5 point favorite. If anything, I'm taking more risk because Notre Dame's a better team than A&M.
Okay.
Who was your other pick? There's one more I'm missing.
Okay, we already went through them all.
That okay? Yeah. See, so you just have an extreme pick and a coin flip pick, and the rest are the same as mine. I have a coin flip. 5.5 to 7 points are the rest of the other four, and you just have that crazy. So, see, this is what Aiden likes to do, chat in the comment section. He likes to make extravagant, outlandish claims that he's being more risky this week because he made one risky ass pick, which doesn't make sense. He should not have made this pick.
Only
I
time
don't
will
see,
tell. If
I don't
Illinois
see
walks in there and gets a dub and walks out, somebody clip this, please.
guys. I wonder who's made the most risky pick and won so far. That's what I think it's me. And if it's not me, I was pretty damn close with my Boise State Oregon pick.
No, I think you have. I think that JMU pick is. I would say that one takes the cake.
I don't think it does though, because I want to see what the line. I'm just going based off lines. Oh, don't tell me I'm getting unstable internet connection.
Uh-oh. Did we lose him? I think it was
He
the
is not
JMU
lost.
pick, though, guys. I think that one was kind of out of left field that he had. Going back and
You can't hear me,
seeing.
can you?
No, you like froze.
Oh, so you can hear me now.
Yeah.
UNC was favored by 11.5. So what? Let's go through all these picks again. Let's catch Chad up. Eleven and a half might be might hold the title. I don't think if you do get the Penn State one right, I don't think I'd pick another team 19.5 point favorites as a loser. That's bananas.
If you're not saying that it was the JMU, which I would give you because what they did to North Carolina State was crazy, then I would say this pick, Illinois versus Penn State, would be the craziest.
Well, I mean, I think I made a crazier pick than that, but I don't know. You gotta read me who I picked week 1, 2, 3.
So week 1, you had Miami, Ohio, who lost. All of these were losses. If we're only doing wins, then it would be your JMU pick.
Who would I pick in week 2?
Week 2, you had that one was Duke and Syracuse. That was the Duke Northwestern and
Yeah,
Syracuse and Georgia Tech.
Syracuse. That was also a close line, I think. Let me look.
Yeah, because I think I picked Georgia Tech in that week. Because I agreed. I mean, Syracuse.
Yeah, that was a 2.5 point. Yeah.
So then week 3, you picked Arizona State, Memphis, and Tulane. Well, Tulane lost. But you had Arizona State and Memphis. So maybe that Memphis pick against Florida State.
I doubt it. When did Oregon play? Boise State. I would say that's week 3. No,
Check week 2.
I'm looking. Yeah, it was week 2. It would have been. Oregon was 17.5 point favorites, and they won by 3. So yeah, it might have been JMU.
Yeah, I think that JMU pick is your craziest pick, and my pick is right now is Illinois. Now, if they lose, and you still have the craziest pick.
What's your best pick by lines?
I think BYU last week, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I think it was.
It probably would have been LSU, South Carolina, if South Carolina pulled it off.
That too. Range games.
No, it was only 6.5.
Oh.
Florida State was 6.5 against Memphis. Oh, mine was BC beating FS. Wait, did I pick that game?
Not as an underdog.
Love. It would have been that one. 16.5 points favorites going into that game. I really thought I picked them. Dang it.
Was that week 1?
That was week 2.
Who did BC play week 1?
I know I picked Michigan State to beat BC. That was last week.
Are you sure that wasn't week 1? BC FSU?
That was Georgia Tech.
No, that's week 0. I picked BC
To beat Florida State?
to beat Florida State.
Well, look at your sheet. It's right there.
I am. I'm telling you. That's what I
You
picked.
Oh, then you win. That's 16.5.
Yes, sir.
SMH. All right. Let's see. Well, you ain't getting 2 of them. I'll tell you that much right now.
Hey, well, only time will tell. Let us know, chat. Do you believe in me, or are you on Tavius' side?
Well, chat's gonna pick me to have the better record this week for sure.
We'll
No
see.
way Illinois goes into Happy Valley and win that game. Now I will say Illinois covers. I'd pick that. Outright win?
Give me the dub.
Nah, that's crazy. But let's go ahead and talk about this top 25 picks and some other games this week.
All right. Virginia Tech and Miami coming off starting tomorrow. It's at Miami. I'm going Miami.
Yeah. I heard it today. It's an interesting. This year's lining up like last year where Miami was coming in 4-0. And then Georgia Tech came in and beat them by 3 on
Fell apart.
Yeah. And they were
Yeah,
trying to draw comparisons. I was like,
I don't think so.
Miami's pretty good this year.
Yeah. Cam Ward, just watching him play football, he doesn't seem rushed at all. He seems really comfortable, and he honestly just it makes it seem really easy for him. And I think Miami's just been rolling. I think they got the talent this year. I know you called it after week one that you could see them winning the ACC, and I wasn't behind them then, but now I think they'll meet Clemson, maybe, but even then, I don't know. Miami's looking good, man.
I will say, shout out Clemson for turning their season around. They look pretty good. They look like the team that should have been playing Georgia week one.
Yeah. So you went Miami too?
Oh yeah, for sure.
All right, Kentucky, Ole Miss.
Not even close.
Yeah, I think the first quarter is going to be a shock to Ole Miss, just because I think Kentucky's defense is going to be the best defense that they've seen thus far. But yeah, after that, I think Ole Miss and Lane Kiffin are just rolling. They're playing some good ball right now. Jackson Dart's playing really good. But yeah,
Bold prediction. Remember this, chat. Clip it and send it on TikTok. Ole Miss is going to be winning by 16 by halftime. Putting it out right now.
if you're a better, might want to put that down.
Trust me. Michigan, Minnesota. I think Vegas finally sees that Michigan can only beat teams typically by 10, that they're supposed to win by a lot. So, yeah, I like the line at 10. Yeah, give me Michigan.
I'm going Michigan as well. I think it's not going to be the same as last week. This team's going to be ready for the run. But I think they found their starting quarterback, and they're starting to roll. Still don't think that this team is as good as it was last year. Obviously, I think they're a good team. Don't think they're a great team. I think they are going to stumble as the season goes on with teams that can stop the run and play good defense in the secondary. But right now, I mean, Minnesota had some hype whenever the season started. It seems gone now. I don't know why they had the hype. I mean, they're an okay team, but yeah, Michigan wins. K-State, Oklahoma State.
You picked OK State. Give me Kansas State on this one. I think both coming off tough losses. OK State playing a better team. I just think Kansas State's not a good road team. But playing in Manhattan, I think OK State goes on a 2-game losing streak.
Yeah. See, I think OK State playing Utah and playing that tough offense or playing that tough team really found what they were, I don't know, not missing, but that's kind of what they needed. I think they played in some close games, but now that they lost one, I think they know what to expect. K-State's coming off of a shocking loss with BYU. I think they are going to be ready, but I like OK State in this one. Yeah, we'll see though. I wouldn't be shocked this game can go either way. I think this is going to be a good game. But yeah, give me OK State. Okay.
Baylor.
Which way are you flipping?
I already told you, I'm going BYU. I don't think this should be an upset pick. BYU's the better team. Baylor, I don't know what they're doing on that side of Texas, but it ain't playing football, I tell you that much. Yeah, give me the Mormons to come into Texas and beat Baylor.
Give me the Bears. Um, like I mentioned before, I think Baylor losing to Colorado the way that they did, they're going to be upset. They're going to be playing at home. And I think BYU coming off of that great win against K-State, they're going to be on cloud nine, going to come in, think that they own the place, and Baylor's going to come in and show them that they don't. I do think it's going to be a close game, but I think Baylor squeaks it out and takes the ranking away from BYU. Wisconsin, UCSC.
USC responds in a big way. They got embarrassed. I don't think Wisconsin can replicate Michigan. So, give me the Trojans at home.
Yeah, I agree. I think USC walks in there and shamacks them. Louisville, Notre Dame. This is yours. You already said Louisville. This one I'm on the fence. As you mentioned before, Notre Dame can't play at home. They can play on the road, but they can't play at home. Riley Leonard threw his first touchdown pass last game. It's hard. It's really hard. But it is a night game. Or not. It's not the night game. This is the 3:30. But this is their green game. So they're coming out in their green unis. Florida State's their night game. But I think they get it rolling on offense. Their defense still plays good. I think this is going to be a close game, but give me the Irish. I'm going to go Notre Dame. We'll see though. That one's definitely a coin flip. Louisville's been playing some good ball. Oklahoma Auburn.
I don't know why this game is this close. Shouldn't be. Oklahoma defense is going to swarm them. I don't know if their true freshman's going to play well, so I guess that's why it's close. But I think Oklahoma's defense wins in this game.
Yeah, I agree. Auburn, I don't know what's going on with them. Can't find a quarterback. They brought in Peyton Thorne, had him starting. He started, turning the ball over and then gave it to their other backup last game. He threw 3 interceptions, went back to Thorne. It's very interesting. But I think Oklahoma's defense, they showed me who they were on the defensive side against Tennessee. I think that they come back and beat Auburn at Auburn. Fun fact for everybody watching. Me and Tavius played against Peyton Thorne's dad in college. Fun fact.
We played against.
And by against, I mean he was the head coach of the team that we played.
Who was that?
North Central. Didn't know that?
I did not.
Shock Tavius. Yep. Arkansas, Texas A&M. I got Arkansas this game.
If Reed is their quarterback, I'm talking about A&M, A&M wins this game. If Weigman comes back and plays this game, Arkansas wins.
You got to pick one.
I don't know who's. I guess I'll Google it real quick. But I will update y'all and when I find out who's starting.
But, yep, I like Arkansas. Arkansas has been playing good all season so far. Walked into Auburn, beat Auburn. Texas A&M is kind of iffy on my part. I mean, they looked good against Florida, but we make everybody look good besides Samford. So I'm not too impressed with Texas A&M. As you mentioned, their backup quarterback is pretty good, but I think Arkansas is a better overall team right now. So that's why I'm going Arkansas. But I can see either way going to. I mean, Texas A&M is supposed to be a really hard place to play, but a lot of teams have walked in there and played them close, so it's interesting. Do you know?
Weekman is a game time decision.
So you're
I'm gonna
going.
just go A&M.
Yeah,
I think they're the
that's
better
what I
team.
figured. Mississippi State, Texas.
We can skip this game.
Yeah, this one's gonna be a murder.
Call the ambulance.
Ohio State, Michigan State.
Michigan State covers. Mainly because I think they'll lose by 20, not 24. But Michigan State has a really solid defense. Their offense, too turnover prone for a team like the Buckeyes to not take advantage of. But
Yep, give me the Buckeyes. This is technically Ohio State's first test, really. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I think I can see Michigan State covering, but I don't see Michigan State winning. So give me the Buckeyes. Stanford, Clemson.
Clemson by 25 plus.
Yeah, I'm going Clemson as well. They're playing some good ball right now, better than what they were. Don't see Stanford really doing anything. Iowa State, Houston.
Iowa State. I was high on the Cougars to start the year, but they are quite disappointing, to say the least.
Georgia, Bama. Oh, I'm going with Iowa State as well. But Bama, Georgia, you're picking Bama. This one is a coin flip. I do like your pick. I'm going to go Georgia just to be opposite of you. I can see either one of these teams winning. I can see Georgia coming off the bye week really refreshed and tightening up things that they didn't look good against Kentucky. So tightening that side up, going to Bama, and playing their Bama's offense. That worries me what they did against USF. So if they can tighten that up, I think they'll be all right. But give me the Bulldogs. Then you already said where you're taking Bama. Illinois, Penn State. You already know who I'm going with.
Yeah, I'd say Illinois loses by 17, so they technically cover. But give me the Lions. They haven't played an offense like this yet.
Penn State hasn't played a defense like this yet.
Bowling Green.
And they kept it close. You think Bowling Green's defense is as equal or better than Illinois?
I think if Bowling Green and Illinois played, it'd be a one-score game as well. With Bowling Green winning.
Interesting. We will see. It's a late game. We'll be flipping back and forth from Georgia, Bama, and Illinois, Penn State.
Yeah. Eyes on. Well, they might have it at the party we're going to, because the dude, he went to Illinois. But I'm surprised you didn't pick this next one as an upset of LSU.
Yep, so South Alabama, LSU, I did think about it, but I don't see you guys losing to South Alabama. I see you guys winning. I think it's going to be kind of what you guys did against UCLA. It's going to be tied at halftime or looking scary for you guys at halftime, but you guys have shown that you guys are a second half team. So I think you guys come out and beat them.
Not too much to say about this one. I think we dominate. Well, I think we start the game off poorly on defense, but we figure it out once we get adjusted to not having Harold Perkins out there. And we win like 45-17.
Washington State, Boise State. This is your pick times two pick. You got Washington State. I'm gonna go Boise State. Boise State's at home. I think they're gonna be pumped about playing Washington State. They also got the bid for the Pac-2. I think that's gonna also juice them up. But I think this is gonna be a good game. The late game. Madness happens during that time. So, but give me the Broncos. Arizona, Utah.
Utah.
Yep, give me the Utes. Arizona is not the team that we thought they were.
Not just we, America.
True, very true. And then last, Oregon and UCLA. Give me the Ducks.
Yeah, that's easy one.
Alright. And then any other games that you wanted to talk about?
Not really. I hit on the ones in my underdogs that I wanted to that aren't ranked.
I got a couple. Colorado, UCF. I think. Huh?
There's that one.
I really haven't seen UCF play, but watching Colorado and what they did for Baylor, I don't. If UCF can stop them on offense, then UCF's offense is going to walk all over Colorado. I don't think Colorado's defense is as good.
Do you know who's at UCF? That makes it significant.
KJ Jefferson.
Who's their coach?
Miles on.
Yeah, that's all you need to know.
So I'm gonna go UCF. Are you gonna pick this game or no?
I got UCF all day.
UCF. And then TCU and Kansas. That's gonna be a close game. But I got Kansas.
I don't care. Kansas disappointed me last week. They should have won.
Did you want to pick that game?
I'll just go TCU just to be petty. I guess we could talk about UNLV Fresno State. I don't know if you saw the news.
Yep. So what are your thoughts on that?
It's bogus.
With him sitting out? See, this is where I think NIL crosses the line, right? Because now we're starting to treat it like NFL. Guys aren't getting paid; they don't want to play.
Well, there's two stories coming out, so I guess it depends on which one you believe is true. It's according to the quarterback's news or source, whatever. Basically, they agreed, and UNLV agreed to pay them a certain amount, and they didn't.
Mm-hmm.
According to UNLV, the quarterback asked for higher comp since they'd done so well, and they think his value shot up. So he asked for more money. UNLV said no. So, depends what you want to believe. I tend to believe the university on this one. Even so, if that was the case, I don't see how you just quit on your teammates mid-season.
Right. And it's not just the quarterback, right? It's also their running back.
I didn't see that. I saw there's other players doing the same thing.
I thought it was their running back and their
Because I know like USC's D tackle or
quarterback.
whatever, he did the same thing.
Yeah, I saw that.
So I mean, I don't know.
Yep.
It's a tough landscape. They just need to set certain rules to so we can avoid these situations. But it's whatever.
Yeah, I agree. That's where it's kind of sticky, right? I think instead of letting these players make as much money as NILs, whatever, I think each school should have a cap, and I think there's different ways that we could go about it, right? We could give them a cap of 50K, and then once you get that, like, depending on jersey sales and like that kind of stuff at the end, whenever you either graduate or you leave the university, then you get like that lump sum of kind of like how you help the school build, and then also kind of like an insurance coverage of, if you do get injured after playing or whatever, like some, like you get a percentage of that. um, I think that kind of eliminates kind of that, well, I'm not getting paid what you told me, I'm not playing, I'm not getting this, I'm not playing. And it also kind of keeps that the transfer portal stuff is kind of at bay, because you don't have somebody leaving, I don't know, some other power like Clemson, right? Going to Oregon because of the NIL deals. You kind of get that kind of just, okay, you can make up to this much across all D1. Maybe it's not, I just threw 50K out, but maybe it's not 50K. But it's almost getting to where it's like a free agency, and now we're starting to see these guys kind of sit out, and whatever the story is, right? I mean, Florida had an instance with that quarterback who transferred. He said that he was given this and that, and then there's stories about he wanted money whenever he wasn't even enrolled into school, and it's just like, what's going on? I think that kind of way you can kind of eliminate that kind of stuff, and you can get it back to like football and school and not so much about money. But that's just my thinking, and that's what I wish we could see. But obviously, with everything that's going on right now, everybody's going to want their money, and it's sad because, I mean, whenever Nick Saban retired, he even said that, like, Miss Terry was talking to the recruits' mom, and they were wanting to talk about money, and it's like, we're not here to talk about that. Like, we're here to like help your son grow as a human being, and it's just getting to the point to where nobody cares about that stuff anymore. They just want as much money as they can get in college. But I don't know. I don't know how you feel about it, but that's just, I don't think that we would see it like this if it was like that. But I mean, that's just my opinion. I don't know if that would work. I don't know if it's that easy or not. That's just what I would think, and think it would eliminate problems, but who knows? It might cause more.
I just think they need to introduce contracts and put some more regulations on transfer things like that.
Yeah.
But like if you aren't redshirting due to injury, like you should have to take a gap year next year when you transfer, something like that.
Yeah.
Or even like
Kind of like how it was. Like if you transferred, it was like if you transferred up, you had to take a year off. But if you transferred down, you could play right away.
yeah, I
That's
don't know.
crazy. That whenever we were in college, like that's how it was. Now it's just like people can jump and play right away.
I don't know. Yeah, they just need to get contracts involved and like, yeah, it's turning into a bad culture thing. But
Yeah.
yeah, what do we know?
But oh well. Well, that's our picks for this week. College, underdogs, NFL. Let us know what you guys think. Go ahead and make your way over to our Instagram page on either Friday night or Saturday morning. Tell us what you guys think about your college picks. And we'll kind of put like the main games on there to kind of see who you guys are picking. Who do you think's going to get more picks right this weekend? Me or Tavius? Who's got better underdog picks? What are your underdog picks? Um, but yeah, let us know. Let us know what you guys want to see. As we kind of get more into like more podcasts in, we'll start doing some different like games and stuff throughout the podcast. But yeah, let us know. Let us know what you guys want to see. Let us know what your thoughts are and who you got this weekend. But I'm Aiden.
Tavius.
And we hope you guys have a great weekend. And we will see you next week after the weekend's over.
Yes, sir. Enjoy football. Go Saints.
Go Gators. Bye week, baby. Can't lose on a bye week.
You got to win your bye week, though. You got to win it.
You're right. You're right. We'll talk about that next week.
Yeah, we'll talk about it next week. We'll see y'all later.
See ya.